Sango and Orunmilla for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule to you, and I hope you're doing amazing. It is a little past 9 o'clock, and it's time for your nightly mystic forecast. It's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I am Ayansa J Muse, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo. Speaking of the mystic of musical mojo, that was music from Bruno Mars with 24K Magic. And what is 2 plus 4? 6. And what is 6? The number of Shango in Orisha tradition. And what is today? Thursday, ruled by Jupiter and venerative of the Orisha, Shango. And in the creation story, this was the 4th day of the week. You know, on the day before, day 3, when the Most High created the heavens and the galaxies and the solar systems. And then he said, oh, let's let this be for watching for signs of when I'm talking. Well, the 4th day was when the winged creatures were created, huh? It's the prelude to the weekend, and I hope that Shango expanded your territories in all the best of ways. Ibashe Ojobo. Ojobo is the Yoruba tongue for the day Thursday, and it, like the planet Jupiter, means expansion. And it makes sense because Shango is the Orisha of fire. Fire is heat, and it's scientifically proven that fire expands. So Thursday is a good day to channel that fire energy in your life. What structures need to be burned down? What ashes need to be turned over to fertilize your soil? Then you got about 2.5 hours to figure all of that out before the clock strikes 12 and we shift back into the feminine essence, the essence of Oshun. Ashe, Ashe. So, all day long on the mothership 222.9 internet radio, if you've been listening since 12 a.m., you slept to sacral chakra healing, followed by the rising Bembe to Shango from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then old school throwback funky fatherhood magic and music all day long. The other song that I played was Johnny Gill with Rub You the Right Way. Can you feel the magic in my hands when I touch and rub you the right way? Stroke, apply with tenderness when I hold and rub you the right way. So I hope this station is rubbing you the right way because come Leo season, which is tomorrow, 222.9 the Mothership Internet Radio will be launching its first ever fund drive and membership campaign. So get ready to get your wallets out, show your support, sow your seeds, pour in, however you like to call that, because we're going to need the mystics and the mojo to keep rolling along on the airwaves. I am Ayansa J Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. Thursday's Reds Jupiter expansion. I Chings. Sensual voices of the fathers. Sacral chakra healing. Ibashe Shango, Ibashe Dada, Ibashe Aganju. Welcome to Thursdays on the Mothership 222.9. Beam up. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I am Mayanza J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you your nightly mystic forecast on her self created radio station, 222.9, The Mothership. Your mystic haven on the airwaves and the melanated future of Black radio. So, I am broadcasting live. I am broadcasting live from my YouTube. So, if you weren't already, subscribe so that you can get the subscriptions and notifications every time some new material is posted, a new forecast comes up, a new cosmic ear hustle, and all other things in between. I am cooking up so much magic mojo, so I want all of y'all to just stay tuned, okay? I'm also broadcasting from all three of my daily Facebook pages, 222.9 The Mothership, the Eonsa J Muse Facebook page, and my Thursdays only page, I Chings and Scarlet Serenes. Because Thursdays are the day of the week that I read I Chings. Monday, well, all the other days of the week, I read a tarot or an oracle deck. But Thursdays is when we do the I Ching, the oracle of changes. And what does Shango do? Transform. That's why he works with Oya so well. I am also broadcasting live from my Instagram account for Thursdays only. So I'm going to put a link in the comments section. And if you will, make sure you're following 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio on all social media outlets so that you can stay abreast in the orbit. Because, I'm ruled by the sun, and the sun tends to orbit through different houses. So, social media wise, I do have a 7 day orbit. I know it's a lot to take in, but hey, there's definitely a method to my madness. So, let's talk about what's so special on this day that came. It is a Thursday ruled by Jupiter, July 20th, 2023, the final day of Cancer season. Well, tomorrow is the cusp, but today is the last full day. The 21st of July, some people say it's already Leo season. Other people say it's the cusp of Cancer. So we kind of leave that day split down the middle. Anywho, the day adds up, vibrates to a number 167, which is how we got the title of tonight's show. 16 is the number of Orunmilla, Ifa, and Ifa Orisha tradition. There are 16 main Odu, and that adds up to a 7. Ogun, that name just almost tumbled right off my tongue, so he refused to be outdone. So 7 is the number that's sacred to both Ogun and Yemaja. So you got a little taste of Ogun, a little taste of Yemaja, and a little taste of Orunmilla all on Shango's day. So just so you know, the Orishas work together despite their differences. But the interesting pataki of Orunmilla and Shango was that Shango is actually the Orisha, and originally was the Orisha of divination, and Orunmilla was the Orisha with the drum. Hmm. But neither of them were pleased with their gifts, so they made a pact to switch, and both have been happy ever since. So this is why Ifa or Rumila is the Orisha of destiny and divination, and Shango is best known for the drum. But originally, they had owned each other's gifts before they swapped out. So that just goes to show a lot about the divine masculine energy with the drum being in the heart, and the heart is the original drum beat, the pulse, and the dancing is what moves a lot of negative energy off of you. But divination is a tool that you use to stay on the roadmap of your highest destiny. So both of them have useful gifts. So Thursday is a good day to keep an eye on what your heart is beating on. What does your heart need to transform? What sets you on fire? What are you passionate about? And Jupiter's expansive energy may be a little bit intense for people who are born in zodiac house 9 Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter expands. So if you are a Sagittarius or you're close to a Sagittarius, Thursday is your turn up day. You don't always have to, how do I put it, wait until your zodiac season to have your turn up day, because oftentimes Jupiter energy will expand every single Thursday. So that energy gets pretty intense. So those of you that are born on on Thursday, on under Sagittarius, Jupiter is your turn up day. The moon tonight is waxing in the sixth house of Virgo. So you got some Mercury energy in there to deal with too. And when the moon is waxing, that's a good time to increase things. And Virgo is the sixth house and the mutable earth sign of the zodiac. So mutable signs are the ones that learn about themselves through their interactions with others. So, with that in mind, with the moon tonight waxing and Virgo, allow yourself to learn about the different practicalities of earth wisdom because mutable signs teach you that it's okay to open up, whereas fixed signs are harder to steer from their opinions. So, all of these energies come about each and every day to kind of help us keep an eye on what to steer clear of in order to stay on our highest roads. I'm my Auntie J Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast, and when I come back, we're going to talk about what's going on in the quasars. Ashe.
Thursday, prelude to the weekend. More relaxed energies creep in. Higher expanding thoughts by Jupiter's hand. Double-sided acts just relax the taxing last 3 days. Day 4 maximizes love today. Your own way as the energies sway, making way for the risen vibrations from yesterday. Pay tomorrow for many. Make a wish, toss a penny for plentiful blessings. Blessings to return expanded like fire. Thursday, prelude to the weekend. And I answer J Muse, short poem.
Reds, vivid red oranges. I Ching readings. Ayansa's glass gourd bottle art. Fire-inspired handmade healing stone jewelry, books, digital prints, personalized oils and baths, scarlet serene articles, and online courses, and other mystic oddities. It's all inside the Mothership Mystic Boutique, the Jupiter Collection. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm my Auntie J Muse, the mother of the mothership, bringing you your nightly mystic forecast across quite a few of my social media stations and, of course, over the airwaves of 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio. And if you're listening from there, you are also hearing the sounds of Carlos Santana, who, by the way, celebrated his solar return on yesterday. Ashe. So happy solar return to Carlos Santana and may Ifa, the Orisha, the ancestors, and all the spiritual divine forces bless him with many, many more. If you were born today, if this is your solar return, happy solar return to you too. And may the ancestors Ifa and Orisha bless you with many, many more filled with Bobo Ire. And Bobo Ire, of course, means many blessings. You are shrewd, honest, studious, and conscientious in your work. You are rather outspoken and straightforward but tactful. You like society and are very popular in your own circle. You will be happily married and will make a pleasant and attractive home. Just a little bit of zodiac dry snitching on you there. And if you were born on this day, or if you have someone in your life born on this day, you better cherish them, honey, because it looks like here that they're quite a catch. Someone that has to have in your life as a major, major blessing. This nose ring is getting on my nerves. Okay. We are in the last day of the third decan of crab season. So go ahead, Zodiac House 4, get your turn up on now because in a couple of days it's going to be Leo season and I am turning all the way up. Those of you that are born between the 13th and the 21st are actually half Pisces. So that's half cardinal water, half mutable water. So you guys got to make sure that your thoughts are completely your own because mutable signs are pretty impressionable, but cardinal signs are are self starters. So keep that self starter energy on the front of the mutable energy and only allow yourself to learn things from people that you feel are beneficial to your highest destiny because it isn't personal. People only know how to lead you to where they are. Ashe, Ashe. In the Kemetic way of the stars, we are in the season of Bas, the cat goddess. And in the 12 figures of African spirituality, we have already shifted into Shango's fire in the season of the witch and the judge. We are 3 days away from Venus retrograde, which will be coming in on July 23rd and leaving out on September 4th in the house of Leo. So, if you're not already booed up by the 23rd, you might want to wait until after September 4th because when Venus, the planet of love, sex, beauty, money, starts moving backwards, that might not be the time to start any new relationships. Why? Because Venus retrograde is a time to reflect and learn lessons from past relationships. And so maybe you may need to learn something about who you really are versus who you really aren't. And that's why we call these things relationships. Because relationships deal completely with how you relate to people. But how you relate to people is really just a mirror that reflects the way in which you relate to yourself. So when Venus goes into retrograde, it's not the time to start anything new because it's the time to reflect on the relationships of the past or reflect on the relationship you're already in. If you're already in a relationship, Venus retrograde is a very good time to reflect on some of your past memories, either positive or imbalanced, to tweak, to fine tune, to see what can be done to make the other party happier. Hmm? Now's not the time to plan a wedding, have a wedding, or marriage plans. So between the September 23rd, between July 23rd and September 4th is not a good time to get married or plan a wedding or an anniversary party. Anything pertaining to cosmetic surgery, you might want to watch out for that because if you get a cosmetic procedure done between July 23rd and September 4th, you just might end up getting botched. So be careful there. No new tattoos. And in the world of love, get ready for Groundhog Day because the exes are coming back running. No spending too much money on frivolous things. Why? Because Venus retrograde comes to teach us about how to have love for the things we already have. Venus's big sister Neptune has already been in retrograde since June 30th and she'll be coming out on December 6th. Be mindful of delusionism. Stay grounded to keep from escaping. Stay connected with your loved ones so that your mind doesn't flow too far away. Reaccess your dreams so that your dreams do not become delusions. They only become delusions when you cease to take action after them. Avoid your vices because vices are a form of escapism. So, with Venus retrograde, if you are a Taurus or a Libra sun sign, you will be more affected than others. If it's your moon energy, well, you'll be affected there too. If you'd like more information on how each planet retrograde affects you according to your chart, then by all means, book yourself a reading session with me. I'm here for it. For Neptune being in retrograde, it's in retrograde in the strongest house in Pisces. So if you know a Pisces or you are a Pisces, take this time to be very, very patient with yourself because your planet's moving backwards. So that's going to have you face a lot of things that that should be addressed before you can go forward healthily. Saturn is in retrograde as well, so that affects the Capricornians and the Aquarian houses. With the Capricornian and Aquarian houses, Saturn is the trickster planet that deals with karma, divine justice, discipline, power, your reasons for wanting power, and all of your carnal energy. That went in on June 17th and will be coming out on November 4th. And it, like Neptune, is retrograding in the house of Pisces. So, because this is a trickster planet, maybe we can learn some important life lessons. Embrace those deeper crossroads. Oop, crossroads. That sounds like an issue conjure to me. Keep your priorities in check, but first redefine what your priorities are. Are you living spirit first or ego first? Because either one you're doing, if your ego is ruling, your priorities may find themselves in balance. If you're living in spirit based, you may need to rearrange your priorities to take a little back more for yourself. Master your self discipline, and in your deepest self expression, you will reap the rewards of spiritual mastery. Pluto is also in retrograde, so we're about to be up 4 planets in the retrograde department. Pluto, if you are a Scorpio or are close to a Scorpio, give yourself and the Scorpios in your life a break, honey. Why? The planet's moving backwards, and it's been doing so since May 1st. We come out of Pluto retrograde on Wednesday, October 11th. It's the most subtle of all retrogrades, but embrace those little changes in yourself. Because in the eyes of the spirit world, what's large is small and what's small is large. So let the little things be embraced so that when they become bigger things, you are already ready to reap the blessing. I am my Auntie J Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast. And when I come back, we are going to get into your nightly I Ching spiritual message. Ashe. I Ching readings, like many forms of divination, are just like peach cobbler. You may have tried other people's, but you've never had mine. Trigrams, hexagrams, revelations, pros, cons, changes, ancient Chinese oracle. I Ching readings by Ayansa JT Muse. Brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutique. If you're hearing this over Mothership airwaves, then visit the 222.9 The Mothership's Facebook page for links to book your appointment. If you're seeing this online, then click the link in the comments section to schedule your appointment. Ashe. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I am Ayansa J Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. And on Thursdays, I like to read messages from the I Ching. And the I Ching is an ancient Chinese oracle that depicts changes and transformations. And so tonight, we have a message from hexagrams 21 and 49. Ibashe. 21 is what? The number of a shoe, isn't it? I'm sorry, I gotta get to my notes. I write down quite a bit about this. Okay, so hexagram 21 talks about biting through, chewing through something, continuing to grind your teeth until they are together. Now, physically, you're thinking about food, but metaphysically, biting through means getting down to the truth. Because first you got to bite through the layer of skin. That's the first layer of the truth. Then you got to chew through the meat. That's the second layer. Then you got to get to the bone. That's the third layer. Then you got to get to the marrow inside the bone. That's the fourth layer. Nothing can become positive until you chew through all the game to get down to the truth. And the funny thing is, and meat eaters would know this, the reason why we use bones to make soup is because the healthiest part of the meat is the marrow inside of the bone. So you got to chew through the skin, chew through the meat, and even use your teeth to crack the bones to get to the healthiest part within, the marrow. And the marrow is the truth. There are some things in life you must work around, and other things in life you must go straight through. So that's what biting through represents, going straight through whatever it is you need to go straight through to get to the other side of a situation. And this could stand for any areas of your life, your love life, your career. But the strongest vibration that I'm getting is that this is a message about dealing with people, like in your love life, making sure you're dealing with people that are honest with you. And if something is smelling fishy, chew through to it until you get to the truth. This also speaks a lot to accomplishing goals in life because everyone has dreams. But the people who really get to live their dreams are the ones that chew through all the opposition until they get to the marrow of what they're trying to manifest. Ashe? So Shango's thunder and lightning is where action meets insight. So this oracle is also teaching a lot about using your intuition, about when it comes to biting through, learning what to chew through and what not to chew through. Because sometimes as we're peeling back layers, we find things. And this is where the lines change. So in this hexagram, lines 3, 5, and 6 transform to make hexagram 49. But each line that changes brings a different message. So let's start right here where line 3 changes. And the message of a changing line 3 on hexagram 21 is try not to chew through poison meat. Meaning, if you bite through that skin and it's tasty, you chew through the meat and oh, wait a minute, something about this isn't tasting right. Hmm, it may be time to stop chewing on that piece of meat and just buy yourself another food supply. Because if the meat is poison, then the bone is poison. And if the bone is poison, then the marrow is very extremely toxic. So sometimes you don't have to pull back all layers. When the layers you're peeling back are getting more and more toxic and more unhealthy, it may be time to change up the game plan. Now, line 5 changes. As you can see here, line 5 changes. And that's a direct opposite of biting through poison meat. And that's chewing through the dry meat and finding gold. That means that when you persevere for something that you know is worthwhile in the end, it can't help but come back to you. It's a universal law. So, whatever goal you were trying to achieve in life, when it gets tough, keep going, keep pushing, keep chewing, keep biting until that bone cracks and you have the golden marrow that you knew you were going to get when you first set out. Because, see, the universe doesn't give us dreams without a means to achieve them. It's up to us to take the journey to get there. So, decide what you've already, how do I put it to you this way, decide that you've already succeeded, and that automatically sharpens your teeth. I'll put it to you like that. Line 6 changes. Okay? Line 6 in the hexagram 21 of biting through speaks of if you are full to where you can't take anything in, it's time to pour out. So that talks more about when you've bitten and chewed and bitten and chewed and bitten and chewed. You may be full. And just because you're full to where you can't take anything in right now doesn't mean that can't nobody tell you nothing. Doesn't mean that. It just means that it may be time to pour out what you have so that you're not already full, you're not already overloaded when it's time to chew through the next thing. So biting through hexagram 21 goes straight to hexagram 49, and that's the one of radical change. Hmm. Now, biting through something little by little or persevering, this speaks a lot to my star seeds out there that are really pushing projects to make change. And you got to keep chewing through something to get to the other side of it. And that poison meat is whatever is not helping you to accomplish your highest goal. But you're also told through line 5 that chewing through what you're supposed to will lead to the golden marrow, while throwing out the poison meat keeps you from ingesting too much toxic. And lines, and when we go to radical change is the end result of biting through. Because once you bite through, you learn what you're capable of. And then when you know what you're capable of, then you have the choice to exercise it and how you're going to channel that energy. And in doing that, you inspire others around you to do the same. This has been your nightly I Ching reading. If you would like to schedule a personal I Ching reading, the link is in the comments section. I am Ayanza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. All this spiritual stuff. You need somebody to just make it plain. Are you trying to divinely align? Are you a star seed? Are you too busy building the kingdom, building the queendom to come for all the madness going on in the world today? Methods of emotional healing. Are you taking your first steps down your spiritual path? Want a more practical understanding of the Orisha? Do animals seem to communicate with you? Do you need to sort out some things about love? Do you see numbers? Spiritual signs? Need somebody to just make it plain? Does your love for esoteric wisdom coin you a student of life? Do you like wisdom in poetic bars? Are you ready to debunk the spookism behind ancestor veneration? Want to learn how to make medicine? Want to learn about different tools of divination? Tantric spiritual sex secrets? Ways to utilize each and every moon? Do you walk the road less traveled? Are you considered strange by society? Are you discovering your spiritual gifts? Do you want to taste the power of words through incantation? Do you want to get into some unorthodox Bible teachings? Do you dream often? Do you long to explore the secrets of the earth's endless mysteries? Do you study the stars? Do you need tips on building good character? Do you want to know more about how to interpret dreams? Do you love some good literature? Need somebody to just make it plain? Then indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. The art of spirituality in Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit. Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit is a monthly subscription service that features free and exclusive content dedicated to your versatile, well-rounded, deeper understanding of spirituality. It comes from all angles, teaches all kinds of lessons, and it cooks like a gumbo, a whole bunch of different spiritual ingredients and one spiritually flavorful soup. And let that soup feed your soul and enhance your highest spiritual life. It even features an opportunity to have a one-on-one counseling session with yours truly. So don't get left behind. Get beamed up to the orbit. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership Mystic Internet Radio. Sign up for the 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio email list to stay in the exclusive loop of what's going on in the orbit. Ashe. In Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit. High-level spiritual wisdom. Fully flavored with no holds barred.
Did you enjoy what you found within I Chings and Scarlet Serenes? Then you'll love it when we sweeten it up a bit with some honey, love, and war paint. Your Fridaily blog about love at www.poeticallymused.org/sweet sacred honey gourd. That's poeticallymused.org/SWEETSACREDHONEYGOURD. Why don't you meet me there tomorrow? Ashe.
And we're back. So, if you're just now joining us, I'm Ayanza J. Muse, the mother of the mothership, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your nightly forecast on 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio. Gearing up for Leo season, we bid Cancer season farewell, and it's about to be my turn up house, y'all. So make sure you're following the entire Ayansa J. Muse orbit, because honey, mama's about to get it in. Also, I'm very excited to announce that 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio is preparing to launch its first ever fund drive and membership campaign. So get ready to sow your seeds and send a sister a few few stars so I can keep the mystic, the music, and the mojo going on the airwave. So before the break, we were listening to the sounds of Carlos Santana as we recap Thursday. Now it's time to energetically prepare for tomorrow because we got 2 hours left of Thursday. So technically, when the clock strikes 12, it's Friday rising. So before I go into Friday, make sure that you tune in. Those of you that are watching from all the videos, tune in because at 10 o'clock tonight is my vision of what love looks like. Because something like the quiet storm on magic mushrooms. And ain't nothing like letting a Shango man sing to you. I tell you the truth. Okay, so that's it about Shango and Thursday. Let's talk about tomorrow, your Venus ruled Oshun venerated Friday. And it vibrates on an 8, so there is no Batalai energy in that mix. And I wonder how many of you know that Oshun's original color was white before her dress was yellow. We're going to talk about that in some of my teachings. But Friday saturates the day with love. It's got Venus energy, and in the higher octave of Venus is Neptune. Neptune is retrograding, and it is the last day of Cancer season to some and the first day of Leo season to others. So we're going to ring that in, ring that in, ring that in. We'll be 2 days away from Venus's planetary retrograde. And let's talk about all this 5 energy going on. Day 5, entering the zodiac house 5. Oshun's number is 5. So make sure you saturate yourself with all that love energy. And you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship to do it. The secret to attracting true love is being the love you wish to attract. And anything that isn't worthy of that love is naturally going to deflect and fall away. But if you be love and you give love, honestly and sincerely, it can't help but return to you. Such things are universal law. The moon tomorrow night will still be waxing in the sixth house of Pisces, heading into Libra. And by not Pisces, Virgo. The moon is waxing in Virgo. I don't know where I got Pisces from. Probably because Neptune is retrograding in the house of Pisces, and Neptune is the ruler of Piscean energy. So we discussed that before the break. And tomorrow, Neptune will still be in retrograde, making way for her little sister Venus to follow suit. But the moon Friday night is waxing in the sixth house of Virgo. That's mutable earth. Immutable signs are the signs that learn about themselves through other people. So allow yourself to learn some new ways of grounding. Why? Because it's an earth sign. And grounding is important anyway because Pluto and Neptune are both in retrograde. So make sure you stay grounded and find new ways to keep your same values. That's how you stay grounded in what's important to you, but you find new and introspective ways of doing it. And you got all the Oshun love and Venus ruled energy to help you out. So there it is. Tomorrow, when the clock strikes 12, we go into solar plexus sleep meditation when the clock strikes 12 here on the mothership. And the rising Bembe to Oshun will play from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then all day long, we've got the melodies of the divine mothers of song. Check it out. I'm Mayantha J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast.
Yellows, golds, Venus, Ibashe Oshun, love, sensuality, voices of the mothers. Welcome to Fridays on the Mothership. 222.9. Beam up.
And we are back. Hold on. All All right, just making sure I'm stirring up the mothership spot, right? That concludes tonight's forecast. I thank you all for joining me. I hope you gained something that will help you on your divine journey as you go forward ever to your highest destiny. If you enjoyed this, please share it, spread the word. I am a one woman radio station, so all you got to do is use this little finger and push share. I left my info, my link tree in the comment section, so I got plenty of apples to choose from to take a bite, whether it's an art piece, a reading, or a one on one chat session. I have an option available for those too, as I'm not just a 20-year radio vet, honey. I'm a 9-year seasoned spiritualist that's been doing it my whole life. 6 of those years are Orisha priestesshood, so I'm really good at helping understand change. So the option is available to get your chat session or do an email or do a phone reading or any of those things. And the last song I'm going to play as we wrap tonight's forecast, those of you that are watching from the video, you're going to have to beam up to the mothership to hear what I'm talking about because that's a 24/7 groove. The forecast is just 1 hour out of 24 of music, mystics, mojo, and divinity. So just turn it on. Don't touch that dial and make this station a part of your life. But for right now, I'm going to get on a phaso vibe with Riding High. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about, and how many of you wish to join me? Remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. I'm Mayanta J. Muse, and this has been your nightly mystic forecast on 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.
Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, The Mothership. Beam up.